Hey, what is going on, everyone? My name is Dean, or as most of you know me, Twisty. And today we're going to be continuing our AFL Evolution Fantasy League competition. Richmond versus Melbourne. Let's see what the D's have to their name. Obviously, our captain, Paddy Cripps, is still injured for the next 3 weeks, which is very disappointing. You can see him there injured. He was our superstar player. Actually, it's very surprising that Cripps... I picked Cripps and Rewald as like my first 2 picks. And Rewald and Cripps were like, you know, they picked... Rewald picked Cripps in the AFLX. So I clearly got in his head about it by doing it first here. Once again, a big game today. This is probably the biggest game we have had so far this season because we're 0-2, and if you're 0-3, you're really not in a great spot. So it is going to be the biggest challenge for us today as to whether or not we can get up. We've moved our lineup around a little bit into a side that we think is going to be good enough to get us some victories. And hopefully this Melbourne side also doesn't play too well. Here's Wells. Speaking of well, now Rewalt down there. Oh, Rioli and Walters it might have been. Rioli there putting the tackle on. Lots of pressure so far from the Tigers. They've started in a reasonable way. Gaff on the wing now, finally getting his way into the contest as well, Andrew Gaff, because he was in the last game. Now he's Buddy. Buddy on the left boot, he's missed. Just hooked it to the right-hand side. And it's offline. Oh, no. Dom Sheed takes the mark. And if anyone's going to kick big goals, it's Dom Sheed. That's the first goal of the game. And he's put it through. Oh, again, they just hit you hard, don't they? Orazio gets... Oh, geez, I thought his free kick was good. But he'll get a free. This is Jordan De Goey. Looking for Charlie Curnow on the lead. Got him. And he can line up for his first. And he's got it through. And it's enough to actually give them the lead at this point in the game. It's just a 1-point lead, but it is a lead nonetheless. Out of the middle, O'Meara. Oh, there was a good option to Steph Martin. And then he couldn't put the pressure on. He's just got to release the handball. Rioli involved. Got put to grass even though he didn't have it. Handball interception. The ruckman's in there. Oliver couldn't quite get there. Can he chase down this man? He can probably spoil his handball from behind. Then he goes again. Gee, this is just some intense football at the moment. Rewalt, little kick over the top. Had to find Rioli, but went over his head, and Ryan Burton, the man, has just found it down there. Rioli went to Curnow off the deck and will get a ball up. So, lots of pressure from the Tigers at the moment, forcing Melbourne under all of the pumps. So we still just scored the 1 goal for the game each. It's a 1-point Richmond lead. Here is O'Meara snapping it out of the packet. Goal, and it's offline for the one behind. And it's quarter time. Just a 26-minute term. It's the Tigers with a 2-point lead, a goal apiece in that quarter. As we just move along here. 5 inside 50s each. Everything's pretty even right now. Melbourne just slightly on top in the tackles. Big second quarter coming up. And remember, it's Richmond's second halves that have let them down so far this season. Here's Rewald out of the middle. Puts it towards Curnow, who can't quite get there. It's a poor kick out of defence, I reckon. And here's Gaff, who can send it back in. He's got a few options in there. Goes high to the top of the 50. Smart drop down there. Might have been Schofield who did that. Now Rewald got the handball off. Here's Curnow. He couldn't quite kick the goal. It's all pressure in the goal line now. Curnow trying to win this ball now. Gets a handball to Rewald. Goes off the deck. Rioli dribbles. Not even a dribble. It's a goal. Charlie Curnow. All kinds of pressure. Here's Rioli. Just kicked one before. Goes with a right foot snap and got another one. That's 2. Now Sheridan. Oh, he's got a few options in here. Marcus Adams did well there. And can Daniel Rich get this ball away? He goes with a thumping kick up the line. And Fantasia just a little poor there. Although Rewalt and Orazio or Rioli gets a handball to Walters. Walters couldn't quite get it on the left. Rioli tapping it towards goal. Curnow just boots it out on the full. And a free kick given away by Gaff. D's with one last chance. Try to hack it inside the 50. But I think that you'll see the Tigers hold off for the end of the second term. They have a 15-point lead going into the second half where they've struggled. They've struggled in the second half at times. But hopefully today will be that day they get on top. And you can see uncontested ball, they're plus 10. Just minus 6 in the contested stuff. And have taken a few chances in front of goal. But a scoreless second term from the D's sees them refreshed and ready for this third and hoping to change this game and the momentum of it. Rich goes long looking for Fantasia. And this would be a big start for the Tigers. If Orazio Fantasia can get on the board early. Curnow looking to help shepherd it through, but Ryan Burton just outbodies him. I tell you what, that's very unrealistic. Have you seen how big Charlie Curnow is looking in this pre-season? Dunkley gives away the free and Jetta can move it along. Rewald is down there. He'll take the mark. As Fantasia leading at him. Orazio. Fantasia. Top of the square. Curnow. Richmond with all the pressure. Rioli. Walters. Dribbling. Goal. And my chair had spun me all the way around there almost. But Walters gets his first. Now Robbie Gray finally gets his way into the action for his first touch of the day. And goes inside the forward 50. No mark taken there. Who's that? Was that Nankervis or Steph Martin? It might have been Steph Martin. Oh, now O'Meara. Can he get involved? Oh, he can. And the handball, you had men. You had options everywhere. But he might get it back and get a second crack at it. Finds Rewald. He's got a little bit of room to work with. Long ball looking for Curnow. Probably had prime position and should have really taken the mark. But instead it's gone out of bounds. And a ball up. Out the front of the stoppage. And off the ground. It's a goal to Orazio. Richmond with the last 5 goals of the game have a 28-point lead after the D's kick the opening goal of the match. And it's been, that's been a nice move. A little spin in and out, and it's Roughhead who kicks the D's second finally after a scoreless long period without a score. They finally get number 2 on the board. Oh, Rich spun in and out of trouble. Now Buddy got a handball to O'Meara. Spun around on his left foot and that's a great kick to DeGoey, who can line up from just inside the forward 50. Curnow on the line. Rioli goals. 28-point lead. He's kicked 3 goals, Rioli. Robbie Gray moves it forward to Blair. And the D's get something brewing late. Here's Jacobs. 50 from home. Doesn't quite have the journey on him. And he finds Blair, who led into a bit of space in the forward 50. And he will kick the D's third. So to give them a glimmer of hope. Another chance possibly for the Demons. Dunkley on the wing. Inside the forward 50. Had some space. Was Dom Sheed. And he can line up here to kick his second. From a long way out, he's got it. We've seen the Tigers fade in the second half. Are they just a little bit complacent at the moment? Sheed's got 2. The margin is 16 points. And that's what it will be at 3/4 time. Richmond 16-point lead. A little bit disappointed there's Robbie Gray and Michael Walters, the vice-captain, trying to rally this side. Missing, obviously, Captain Patrick Cripps. With a big final term. They know the game's not over yet. Buddy, 13 disposals. Number 1 rated player on the ground. Big final term. What can we see here? I think that might have been Buddy already getting involved again. Oh, it is. He rode the bump and went long towards goal. And I think he's kicked it. Oh, it's hit the post. Curnow did some good body work down there as well. But Buddy is going to be the key for this side. Jetta gets a fist in and forces the stoppage. What we're after here in Tiger time is O'Meara looking for the right option. Oh, that is a good option. Fantasia didn't quite get there though. Handball back to him from Curnow was great. Rioli putting the pressure on. Curnow gets dummied out of there. And Buddy puts the fist in. This is an intense ball to be won now. You'd think the next goal, very crucial in this game. The Tigers going to take their time as Buddy sends this forward. De Goey. Oh, and Finey cuts it off. Jetta involved. O'Meara. Oh, no. No. Sheridan. And a left foot ball from Sheed is a point. We knew that next goal was going to be massive. And so far, I did no such thing. So far, it's sort of proving to be the case. If the D's get it, it's just a 10-point ball game. But if the Tigers get it, it pushes it back out to 22. That's a great mark. Didn't break stride, did Oliver. Curnow's in there. There's a big pack forming inside the 50. Rioli's hurt himself. Free kick to the Tigers. They'll take advantage. Oh, will they? Oh, boy. I thought for sure they'd played on. Curnow to the top of the square. It's a 2-on-1. Weller can't get there. Curnow can. Ball still in dispute. Rewald is down there. Puts the tackle on. Walters off the ground. The Tigers kick the goal. And 14 minutes played in the final term. Richmond with a 22-point lead. Relentless pressure. And it took something from the acting captain to give them the little buffer they require. Gets a free. Then goes long looking for Jack. Jack doesn't take it. Drops it. Spills towards De Goey. He goes off the ground. Oh, gee, there's all kinds of pressure here. And another one from Weller off the deck. Sees the Tigers kick back-to-back goals and have probably put this game beyond doubt now. Richmond by 28. You'd think that's it. Walters inside the 50. Can Curnow finally snag a mark? Couldn't quite there. Then gets bumped and just decked. He's having a nightmare, Charlie Curnow. Absolute nightmare of a game. And the D's could probably get a late one here through Benny Jacobs. And he squares it up to Dom Sheed, who can line up for goal number 3. 30 metres out, directly in front. And the D's get a little bit of consolation there. But unfortunately for Melbourne, it does look like they're going to start this season 0-3. The Tigers will be very pleased to get their first win on the board, especially given they lost their absolute superstar and captain, Patrick Cripps, in the opening round. Be pleased to get one without him. And you'd think they would be very much a force to be reckoned with once he returns. Rewalt goes long looking for Curnow. He finally gets a mark and puts through his first, maybe, or his second. It's goal number 2. And Charlie Curnow, very happy now that he can just relax. He's kicked a couple. So with not long remaining in this match now, it's a 27-point Richmond lead. The D's looking for anything to hang their hat on. And a couple of final term goals has really helped. And obviously percentage could be a factor late in the season. Jared Blair has had 12 tackles. And there it is, the final siren. The Tigers get their first win of the season in a very good display. Wasn't without trouble. Did you see the goal umpire right? 25 inside 50s to 31. So the Tigers winning majority of the key stats, just going down in the contested ball, but slightly ahead of the uncontested possessions. Didn't tackle a hell of a lot, but I don't think we really needed to. We put pressure on in almost every situation. Look at the leading ball winners for the game. Franklin with 17 disposals, Steph Martin 14, O'Meara 13, Rioli the leading goal kicker with Dom Sheed 3 apiece. Walters and Curnow a couple each for the Tigers as well. So, that is terrible news. Daniel Rioli out for the remainder of the season with a ruptured Achilles. Absolutely brutal there. Cripps still a couple of weeks away for the Tigers as well. But we take a look at the ladder. We've moved up into 14th position on the ladder. We have the worst percentage of the competition. But we are sitting on 1 win, 2 losses. Melbourne with the 3 losses there as well. The Lions, what do? They're still on top of the ladder. Adelaide and Hawthorn, the only undefeated teams remaining. And I'm sure that they will meet their match at some point throughout the season. The Tigers in the next round will take on Port Adelaide, who are sitting in 17th position on the ladder. So hopefully another win incoming. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you had a cracking day. Hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, see you guys later. Bye-bye. Oh, take that though. The big Bud. It's taken a while to get to this point. But Buddy has slotted it. What a start from the big Bud. Just made up for his mistake slightly earlier on and has kicked a absolute ripping goal from outside the 50